I'm Adrian, the cruise and travel guy, and I've just returned from 7 days on board the most significant new ship to ever sail for Princess Cruises. And if you enjoy in-depth cruise reviews, then sit back and relax as I tell you everything you need to know about the world's newest cruise ship. We've seen the name Sun Princess before. In fact, this is the third ship to wear that name and sail for Princess Cruises, but she is the first ever Sphere-class ship. She's the newest, largest, and most exciting vessel to ever sail for the cruise line, and she quickly became one of my favorite cruise ships of all time. Anyone with even a passing interest in the cruise industry knows that cruise ships just keep getting bigger and bigger, and so far it's culminated with the world's largest cruise ship currently, Icon of the Seas. In keeping with that theme, Sun Princess is the largest cruise ship to ever sail for Princess Cruises. She's about 21% bigger than her Royal Class sisters, coming in at about 178,000 gross tons, with a capacity for 4,300 guests at double occupancy. Princess executives made it clear that despite her size, Sun Princess can still navigate the Panama Canal, the important transit way that connects both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Princess calls this ship their global citizen, a ship for the world's ports, places like Alaska, the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and maybe even Australia and New Zealand, a point which we'll come back to later. She debuts an entirely new external and interior design with a revised floor plan and layout, new restaurants, new venues, and new public spaces. Princess executives call this an evolution, not a revolution, but after 1 week on board, I have to disagree. This ship is a game changer, and referring to her as merely an evolution, to me diminishes the significant leaps in the passenger experience that this ship achieves. While classic Princess staples remain, such as the wheelhouse bar and crooners or the piazza, so much is completely new and even unexpected. Starting in the piazza, this central atrium is now a light, bright, and airy hub. While the Italian-centric design flair of the past has been replaced with light timbers, swooshy LED lighting effects, and a giant moving LED screen come wall, the biggest and most notable change is the focus on the outdoors. The Sphere class's namesake, the giant glass sphere, is on full display in the piazza. On both sides of the ship, you'll be greeted with uninterrupted views of the passing sights thanks to the 3-story glass paneling. Quite simply, the piazza has never been a more interesting and welcoming place as it is on board Sun Princess. It doesn't matter the weather, it doesn't matter the time of day. The piazza is now more than ever the place to be. One of my favorite moments on board was during an early morning at sea, when after filming part of my ship tour, I settled in with a coffee to enjoy a front row seat to what can only be described as a Mediterranean squall. I sat in comfort and watched the waves crash and the wind whip around for at least an hour, and I seriously fell in love with the Sphere. If you're the type of person that likes to know you're on a cruise ship, then Sun Princess is for you. And of course, there's more to love. One of the downsides of the previous generation Royal Class ships is that forward passenger views were not really a consideration. That all changes on board Sun. Forward of the dome, which we'll get to in a moment, you'll find the relocated Seaview Bar and the brand new Seaview Terrace. This space is an idyllic area featuring a pool, hot tubs, a bar, and then multiple decks offering sun lounges and comfortable outdoor furnishings. It's basically the perfect place to enjoy some time outdoors with a relaxed atmosphere away from what can sometimes be a more chaotic main pool deck. Behind this outdoor space, you'll find the dome. While the terraced levels are supposed to remind us of Santorini, the real feature is the incredible glass structure that spans high across the venue and continues the circular and spherical motif of the brand new ship design. By day, passengers can enjoy classical music, warm and comfortable lounging areas, or even a dip in the pool. It's the same pool, by the way, that you can access from the Seaview Terrace outside. At night, the venue is used for a range of brand new production shows, highlighting unique acrobatics and lighting effects, and we'll talk more about entertainment soon. The main pool deck is another improvement over the earliest of Sun's Royal Class predecessors. It now features 2 larger pools and more hot tubs, providing additional space for families and friends to enjoy during a day at sea. The venerable Movies Under the Stars experience returns, with the giant screen beaming movies, concerts, and sports events throughout each voyage. I was also really impressed to see that usable outdoor spaces are no longer relegated to the top decks. Instead, Sun Princess features an expansive outdoor promenade on Deck 9 that, while not equal to the famous wraparound promenade decks of the past, arguably offers better amenities and usability for a more modern cruising public. Think outdoor lounging and dining areas, and even multiple connections to the new relocated buffet, which we'll talk about very soon. After the promenade, you'll find the brand new Wakeview Terrace. It offers a stunning infinity pool, 2 hot tubs, a bar, and additional lounging areas. Oddly, it connects to the main dining room, which might make for an interesting dash back to your cabin after a dip in that pool. The deck continues across the aft and over to the opposite side of the new outdoor promenade. This area feels like a modern interpretation of the aft pool and bar found on the cruise line's oldest Grand Class ships, and I really enjoyed it. The Princess Theatre is a thing of the past too, replaced with the Princess Arena. The name change coincides with a revised space that has a capacity for just under 1,000 passengers, with seating that can be reconfigured in 3 styles depending on the requirements. All over the ship, you'll notice a change in decor, which, while previewed on the latest Royal Class ships such as Sky, Enchanted, and Discovery Princess, has been fully embraced on board Sun. Long gone are dark timbers and carpeting, elaborate and ornate lighting, and brassy metals. Instead, Sun is a bright, light, and airy affair. Quality materials still abound, and in places such as crooners, elaborate Art Deco design elements provide depth and luxury while remaining contemporary. The use of lighter hued timbers, lighter stone finishes and marble, carpeting, and contemporary LED feature lighting leaves no doubt as to the modern luxury ethos that Princess is now fully embracing. These changes are evident everywhere, but especially in passenger cabins. For the first time ever, Princess's passenger accommodations look and feel like they were designed with the modern cruise passenger in mind. While all cabins feature a refreshed and light color scheme, more importantly, to me at least, and I know some of you, they now all feature an enclosed glass shower. Long gone are the slimy shower curtains of the past. Cabin bathrooms, even those of standard inside, ocean view, and balcony staterooms, are now bright, fresh spaces with excellent lighting and ample storage. While the walk-in wardrobes that Princess's standard cabins used to feature have been replaced with cupboards along the entryway, I still found storage was ample. Suitcases slid neatly under the bed, and I was told that the bed bases on Sun Princess have been adjusted to allow easier luggage storage. I did notice after several days though that front entryway can be quite narrow, especially when using the wardrobes. It really did block that entire front doorway area. After some additional time in the cabin, I also noticed that lighting was a bit of a pain. There was no way from the bed to turn on a dim light such as from a lamp. The reading lights embedded in the wall were so bright, they seemed like something you'd use when questioning a suspect in an old-timey police drama. The flat-screen television, on the other hand, was a terrific size and offered on-demand programming like movies and television shows, and that was all complimentary, but the TV could not be easily viewed from the lounge area. And speaking of the lounge, for the first time, all staterooms on board a Princess ship feature a lounge or dedicated seating area separate to the bed. This is another much-needed improvement and brings Princess into line with competitors such as Celebrity. Thanks to all those lounges, all balcony cabins on board Sun Princess are designated deluxe balcony cabins, a callback to the name used on the Royal Class ships. These cabins alternate the location of the bedroom or lounge, with some having the bed near the balcony and some the lounge. You can refer to the deck plans and look at the indentation to see where the lounge is if you have a preference for one design over the other. Some balconies are also more private than others, so if that's of concern to you, I recommend consulting the deck plans or your travel advisor to work out which one is best before making a reservation. In terms of dining and bars, Sun Princess offers 30 venues. For included dining, there's the International Cafe, which continues to operate 24 hours a day, as well as Coffee Current, an overflow cafe located in the piazza and open between specific periods. Poolside, you'll find a variety of casual outlets offering classics such as pizza, tacos, hamburgers and hot dogs, plus salads and ice cream. In terms of more formal included dining, there's the now centralized 3-level main dining room. It's called Horizons and is situated aft across decks 6, 7 and 8. The 3-level venue is a departure from Princess's individual dining rooms of the past. Traditional early and late dinner occurs on deck 6, with anytime dining on deck 7. As on other ships in the fleet, dining room breakfast is offered daily with an express 25-minute option on port days, while lunch is available on sea days. While the dining room menu is typical Princess across deck 6 and 7, there's an entirely brand new dining concept available on deck 8. Called the Americana Diner, this restaurant offers a unique menu with things like wings, ribs, fried chicken, pancakes, mac and cheese, and more. Seating is offered on a walk-in basis during the restaurant's open hours, which is typically from late morning to early afternoon, and again from around 6 p.m. through to 10 p.m., providing an a la carte alternative to the buffet, but in a more casual setting compared to the lower decks of the main dining room. In another crucial change, the venerable buffet has been relocated and for the first time ever is no longer found on the pool deck. Instead, it's accessed from the piazza, way down on deck 9. The change in location has coincided with a change in name, now called the Eatery. The 742-seat venue loses most of the self-serve functionality of the past and relies on more hygienic, crew-served food stations. Compared to the ships of the Royal class, I found the Eatery to be much easier to navigate with a clear delineation between the port and starboard sides, and none of the maze-like thoroughfares of the Royal class ships. Having said that, some of the crew-served stations can become incredibly busy during peak times, and the surrounding walkways can likewise become congested as people try to queue and move around to see what's available. I did enjoy though that ice water was readily available on each table. Additionally, Sun Princess features a brand new outdoor promenade concept, which is a first for the cruise line and is connected to the buffet. While the days of wraparound teak promenades are long gone, the new external space is beautifully designed and in warmer climates also serves as an alternative to the upper pool decks. Whether lounging or dining, the new promenade caters for 570 passengers across both its port and starboard sides. Apart from the comfortable lounge-style furnishings and dining areas, you'll find a replication of the included poolside dining options, with pizza, burgers, hot dogs, tacos, and ice cream all available throughout the day. Of course, you can always take a few steps inside into the eatery and grab a few things from there to enjoy al fresco on the promenade. On the specialty dining front, Sun Princess offers a range of classic and new venues. Alfredo's returns with a more modern visual twist, but the same delicious pizza. O'Malley's, Crown Grill, Sabatini's, and The Catch by Rudy all make a comeback. Makoto Ocean, The Butcher's Table by Dario, Umai Teppanyaki and Hot Pot plus Love by Brito are all new additions. I had a chance to sample some of these venues and all impressed, particularly Umai Teppanyaki and The Catch. While the food in Crown Grill was as good as ever, service lags and dinner edged towards 3 hours the night we dined. Another brand new experience for Sun Princess is called Spellbound. Created in conjunction with Magic Castle of Los Angeles, Spellbound is a unique specialty offering that includes dinner, a bespoke bar menu with curated cocktails that aren't available anywhere else on board, and a magic show. For US $149 per person, it's a costly night, but it begins in a corner of the main dining room with a special set menu paired with cocktails and wine. I've been informed that the menu and presentation of the meal has completely changed, so I won't focus on the food offering. Soon after dinner, patrons are led through the ship and over to the piazza where they are escorted through the mysterious black door and into the entrance of what is the most secretive experience on board. So secretive that video recording is forbidden, so these photos will have to do. Beyond the fireplace is a highly ornate bar with beautiful furnishings and a piano that plays itself. Without revealing too much, the whole experience is definitely one for the books. If you enjoy something different, including some unusual cocktails and access to globally revered magicians, then Spellbound should be on your list of things to try. Across the ship, we were told there's been a renewed focus on new menu items for both food and cocktails. There's also new glass and tableware to better separate each venue with its own independent character. These changes should eventually filter through to the other ships within the fleet, and a part of Princess's focus on becoming the greatest foodie destination at sea. That's their words. To that end, there are 200 new cocktails that were specifically formulated for Sun Princess, and each bar has a unique menu of drinks that are not available anywhere else on board. It's a great excuse to move through each of the ship's 10 bars, and Princess has always offered a brilliant variety of those venues that are perfect for hopping through. Sun Princess only amplifies that. As most of you know, Sun Princess had a delayed start to her cruising career, and when she did start sailing, entertainment options were severely limited. During our cruise, thankfully, we were able to watch production shows in both the arena and the dome. In the arena, the brand new layout provided for a much more immersive viewing experience, with performers appearing within a few feet of passengers seated in the front row. The stage itself is also a technical marvel, lowering and rising for different effects throughout each performance. Lighting is likewise an important part and provided stunning visual effects that really punctuated the cast's performance. While Valora, a pirate quest, was enjoyable to watch, the storyline itself was a bit lacking. And although the main cast sung live and were terrific, there were also some obvious lip-syncing moments from the ensemble cast that sort of ruined the illusion. In the dome, we watched Art Beat. It's a visual showcase of acrobatics, dance, and lighting, and was a stunning show to witness with some incredible choreography and stunts. Calling the production shows popular would be an understatement. Demand for the shows is so high that many guests had no choice but to line up for anywhere from 1 to 2 hours to secure a spot, especially in the 250-seat dome. While guests who've purchased Princess Premier, the cruise line's top fare tier, have access to reserved seating in the arena, no such seating exists in the dome, which means anyone that wants to see a show there is pretty much forced to queue. When quizzed about a potential reservation system, Princess executives confirmed there were no plans to offer this functionality, but did suggest there would be additional shows added to the schedule to help more people have a chance to watch at least one during their cruise. The lesson, unfortunately, is that guests will need to dedicate some serious queuing time if they have any intention of watching one of the production shows on board, particularly in the dome. Sun Princess also debuts Park 19, with more family-focused attractions than ever. Catering to young people and those that are maybe young at heart, guests will have an opportunity to burn some energy on a range of more physically oriented facilities. There's an intricate-looking ropes course and net, a jogging track, climbing section, splash pad, and even hammocks for those seeking some comfy downtime. Disappointingly, the Seabreeze roller glider is not yet functional. It's awaiting certification according to crew on board, and will soon whisk passengers around a suspended track in under a minute. Whilst I was on board, Princess made the announcement that it was venturing further into the ship within a ship concept with its Sanctuary Collection. Sanctuary Collection staterooms will include all suites, plus select mini suites and balcony staterooms, and provide guests with access to the Sanctuary Sun Deck, an aft-located top deck pool area with hot tubs, a bar, and lounging spaces. It also provides guests with the top-tier Princess Premier fare, which creates a more all-inclusive cruise experience for those passengers, giving them, among others, the Premier Drinks package, included internet and specialty dining. It's bookable now and will debut on Sun Princess when she begins sailing the Caribbean in October this year, and will launch on Star Princess when she sets sail in late 2025. One of the best things about a Princess cruise is its incredible medallion technology. I've posted videos about it in the past, and it continues to be an absolute winner on board Sun. Coupled with the snappy new Princess app, among other services, the medallion lets you order a drink or food to your exact location on board, or even avoid a visit to guest services with the awesome crew chat, saving me at least 2 visits during my voyage. Stateroom doors unlock on approach and mean you don't need to fumble with a key or cruise card. Plus, crew members know your name when you visit a bar or restaurant for the first time, and it creates a real sense of connection and a touch point that belies the ship's size. It's truly awesome tech, and while it's not perfect and some things don't work always or all the time, Nothing else in the industry even comes close. Speaking of technology, it's also worth noting the brand new elevators on board. Like Icon of the Seas, the new system directs passengers to a specific elevator which goes directly to set levels and avoids the all stops issues of the past. It's such a huge improvement and I absolutely loved that change. As I noted at the beginning of this review, Princess executives were quick to note that this ship is merely an evolution. And I think that's at least in part to make sure that their most loyal cruisers don't feel like too much has changed. Well, an avid Princess cruiser myself, I once again have to say that the Sphere class and Sun Princess is about as much of a departure and revolution for a cruise line as I have ever seen. And it's fantastic. The ship is stunning. It's a visual feast that, while not as cutting edge as the aptly named Edge class from Celebrity, offers modern luxury in an environment that fully embraces technology and, more importantly, ocean views. While so many recent new builds have removed connections to the outdoors, Sun Princess is a refreshing change. I couldn't help but be reminded of my other cruise ship favorite, the Radiance class ships from Royal Caribbean. Those stunning views, those expansive outdoor decks, the new venues, the completely revised cabin designs, and the best in industry medallion technology make this ship one of the most compelling new builds ever. I was told that our cruise was sailing at capacity, and I never had an issue finding a spot either outdoors or in. Bottlenecks in the eatery and queuing for shows are the two biggest downsides or gripes that I've found personally, but those are things that might get better with time or might not. But frankly, on any ship that has over 3,000 passengers on board, that is stuff that you just come to expect. Star Princess, the second Sphere class ship ever, will debut late next year, and after her inaugural Caribbean season, will relocate via the Panama Canal to Alaska. Star Princess will be an incredible vessel to sail through one of the world's most arresting landscapes with all of that glass and all of those views. And although it's unlikely, part of me wishes and hopes and dreams that Star Princess will make her way to Australia and New Zealand in 2026 after her first Alaska cruise season. After all, in the words of Princess Cruise Line executives, these ships are their global citizens. As I mentioned in my announcement video about 2 weeks before this has gone up, I did travel as a guest of Princess Cruises as part of a press pack from Australia. That means I did not pay for the cruise fare, however I did pay to fly there and back. Irrespective of that, I was not paid for this review. Everything I've said is my opinion and what I experienced and what I think about this ship. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. It was an incredibly exciting experience for me to go and sample the newest cruise ship in the world and from Princess Cruises. If you're looking to book a cruise on Sun Princess, Star Princess, or any other cruise line, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguide.com.au, and give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at The Cruise and Travel Guide to stay up to date with my travels as they happen live. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I will see you again soon. Princess executives made it clear that this area feels like a modern interpretation of the classic zone found on the ship's. This area feels like a modern interpretation of the classic pool and aft bar. What? This area feels like a classic interpretation of the pool and aft bar on the ships. Nope. Across the ship, we were told there's been a new focus on what?